Now here it says using a graphing calculator, graph this function. So negative x to the third. So go to y equals clear. Negative is the one on the very bottom row here. X caret 3. If you got one of the New Year T84s, you'll have to press the right arrow key to get out of the exponent mode. Plus 6x squared. So plus 6x and then the x squared button. Minus 9x. Minus 7. Now it says in the viewing rectangle, negative 3 to 7 and negative 20 to 15. The first is your x and the second is your y. So if I go to window, for my x min I'll put in negative 3, then a 7, then x scale I'll leave as 1, and the y min I'll put in negative 20, and then 15. And now if I just press graph, this will show my my graph. Find intervals in which a function is increasing. Okay, well my graph originally, if you see my cursor, actually let me do it over here. My graph is decreasing. It stops here and then it changes over to increasing. So that looks like 1 is where it starts increasing. And then it stops increasing here, which looks like 3. So 1 to 3. Which is why the answer is 1 to 3 here. Now find intervals in which function is decreasing. Well, clear over to the left is negative infinity. So it's decreasing from negative infinity, and it stops decreasing here at x equals 1. So that's from negative infinity to 1. Let me double check the 3 and 0, 3 to infinity. Now here's 3. And it's decreasing again. And it's going to positive infinity clear to the right. So it'd be this one. Now it says find a relative extrema. And the question is whether this has to be exact or we're estimating it. Now, what's this asking? Relative max. So here's a high point. And this is where our graph changes from increasing to decreasing. And it looks like I have no clue what it is. There's little tick marks over here. So what I can do is I'll do second trace. And I want to choose maximum, number 4. Now I want to make sure my flashing cursors to the left are where the max is. And mine actually happens to be to the left. If yours isn't, use your arrow keys, left arrow key or right arrow key or whatever, to make sure it's to the left of where the max is. Now press enter one time. Now I'm going to do my right arrow key to move my flashing cursor to the right of where my max is. So about right there, that's to the right of where the max is. And I press enter. And then you press enter on the guess. Tells us our max is 3.00000019 and negative 7. That's rounding error there. So it should be 3, negative 7. Now specifically, when they're asking for the maximum, they're wanting the y part. So y part is negative 7. At x equals 3. Now it asks for relative minimum. That's a low point. And here's a low point right here. So I'm going to do my second trace. Choose minimum, number 3. And I want to move my flashing cursor to the left of where the minimum is. So I'm doing my left arrow key. And to put about right there is probably good enough. Press enter one time. Now it asks us for right bound. So I want to press my right arrow key to move it to the right of where my minimum is. And that's probably not bad right there. Press enter and then enter again. So our minimum is going to be negative 11 at x equals 1. So negative 11 at x equals 1. And I guess that's all they're asking for in this problem.